Welcome back, everyone. Today we're taking a really deep dive into something truly iconic, a symbol of luxury that, well, it actually started with a completely unexpected, unscripted moment.
That's right. We're talking about the Hermes Jane Birkin bag.
Exactly. It's so much more than just an accessory, isn't it? It's really a cultural phenomenon, a genuine status symbol.
Absolutely. A true status symbol.
So our mission today is to sort of trace that journey for you. We'll go right from its slightly random beginning on an airplane.
Which is a great story in itself.
It really is. And then through the incredible craftsmanship, the, mind-boggling value, and all the interesting conversations, it still sparks today.
Yeah, we want you to get the inside story, really understand what makes this bag tick, what makes it so much more than just, leather and stitches.
It's a fantastic mix of desire, design, and maybe even a little bit of destiny.
Definitely destiny involved there.
Okay, so let's unpack this origin story. Try and picture this. You're on a flight, Paris to London, back in 1983. And on this flight is Jane Birkin, the British actress and singer, famous for her very effortless bohemian kind of style.
Right, often see with that straw basket.
Exactly. And she happens to be sitting next to Jean-Louis Dumas. He was the executive chairman of Hermes at the time.
The big boss.
The big boss. And, well, a conversation starts up pretty much because that famous straw basket she carried everywhere, it spills its contents all over the place.
Ah, the catalyst moment.
Totally. And she starts expressing her frustration, just chatting, saying she couldn't find a bag that was stylish but also practical enough to hold all the stuff she needed as a young mother.
A very relatable problem, actually.
Very relatable. And Dumas, being this visionary kind of guy, he gets inspired right then and there. And he famously grabs an airplane sick bag. Yes, really?
You can't make this stuff up.
Right. And sketches out a design for this soft, roomy, supple leather tote.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And the very next year, 1984, the first Birkin bag is actually made for Jane Birkin herself.
And that first one was the Birkin 35, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty spacious size.
Exactly, the 35. Designed to be functional.
What's so fascinating here, I think, is how something so iconic and, luxury didn't come from some big design meeting or marketing brief.
No.
It came from a real person's frustration, an everyday problem, and just, a chance encounter. It really speaks to that power of unscripted inspiration.
That's such a great point. So you're saying that sometimes the best ideas, even at that high-end level, they just come from observing a basic human need, not some grand plan.
Precisely. It kind of flips the script on how we think these legendary items are born, doesn't it? It highlights that organic human element.
It really does. That spontaneous origin is definitely compelling. But, okay, what takes the Birkin from just a cool story to this masterpiece status? It has to be the craftsmanship, right?
Oh, absolutely. The craftsmanship is central. Each bag is entirely handmade in France. And get this, by a single artisan.
One person makes the whole bag.
One person, start to finish. And it can take, up to 18 hours, sometimes even longer, for just one bag.
Wow. 18 hours.
Yeah, and they use that special Hermes saddle stitching. It's a technique they've perfected over, centuries. It's incredibly strong, which speaks to the bag's durability as well as its heritage.
And the materials themselves must be top-notch, too.
Oh, absolutely. The leathers are sourced from specific canners, each giving a slightly different feel, texture, even smell. And then there's the hardware, usually 18-karat gold-plated or maybe palladium. It all adds to that luxurious feel.
You see them in different sizes, too, right? They're measured by the length.
That's right, across the base in centimeters. So you have the Birkin 25, 30, 35, 40. Those are the common ones.
It's not just calf leather, is it?
No, calf leather like Togo or Clements is very popular. Togo is known for being quite soft but scratch-resistant with that pebbled grain. You also find them in really exotic skins, things like lizard, ostrich, and of course crocodile, which gets even more complicated because the smaller the scale pattern on the croc, the higher the price generally.
Right, okay. So much detail goes into it.
And if you step back and look at the bigger picture, this extreme dedication to artisanal skill, it's what really separates true luxury from, mass-produced goods.
It's the human touch.
Exactly. It's the time, the skill, the person behind it. And that commitment doesn't just make it beautiful, it makes it incredibly durable, which interestingly kind of ties into the whole sustainability discussion that's so important now.
That's an interesting angle, the durability factor, sustainability. But I suppose on the flip side, you could argue the sheer cost and the manufactured scarcity. does that kind of work against sustainability in a different way, promoting a kind of hyper-consumerism.
That's a really valid counterpoint. It's definitely a tension there. Luxury brands are always navigating that. The long life of the product is one thing, sure, but the whole ecosystem around acquiring a Birkin, yeah, it raises broader questions about consumption.
Absolutely. Okay, so given all this meticulous work, the history, it's probably not surprising we need to talk about the price. The elephant in the room.
Yes, the price tag.
The Birkin's always been expensive, an investment piece, but the value has just soared. It's a genuine asset now.
It really is.
Back in 1984, you might have paid around, what, $2,000 for an entry-level one?
Something like that, yeah.
Fast forward to now, 2025. A basic Birkin 25-inch, say, Togo leather, you're looking at around $12,700 minimum. And the prices keep going up every year.
And that's if you can get one at retail. The secondary market is a whole other story.
Right. Often more than double the retail price. Easily.
Easily. The demand is just that high.
And speaking of sky-high prices, you won't believe this, it just happened this past week, July 2025.
Oh, what happened?
Jane Birkin's original prototype Birkin bag. The one she actually used, with scuffs, stickers, everything.
The actual one?
What? An actual one. It sold at Sotheby's in Paris for, wait for it, 8.58 million. Million euros. That's about 10.1 million US dollars.
Good heavens. That's staggering for a handbag.
Staggering. It smashed the record for a Birkin, obviously, but it also became the most expensive handbag ever sold at auction and the second most valuable fashion item in auction history.
Wow. That just says so much.
It really does. It's a huge testament to the bag's legacy and, of course, to Jane Birkin herself.
That auction result, it perfectly shows how provenance, the history, who owned it, combined with that celebrity connection.
Yeah.
It just elevates an object way beyond its function.
It becomes something else entirely.
Yeah, it becomes like a historical artifact, maybe even a piece of art.
Yeah.
It completely reframes how society assigns value to it.
It's amazing how that story, that narrative, adds so much monetary worth. It goes way beyond the leather and the stitching we talked about.
Okay. Absolutely. It really makes you think, doesn't it? How much of an item's value, especially in luxury, is tied up not just in what it's made of, but the story it tells and the icons linked to it.
Definitely food for thought. Okay, so beyond the price tag, the cultural impact of the Birkin is huge. It's become shorthand for wealth, for exclusivity, for a certain kind of taste.
Synonymous with it, really.
Yeah, and you see celebrities constantly carrying them. Victoria Beckham, Jennifer Lopez, countless others. That really cemented it as the ultimate it bag.
For decades now.
But the exclusivity, it's not just the price, is it? Hermes has this very strict way of distributing them.
Oh, yeah. They create this sort of artificial scarcity. It just fuels the desire even more. That legendary waiting list, nobody even knows if it truly exists in the way people imagine. It's all very mysterious.
Very mysterious. And this actually leads us into some current discussions, even controversies surrounding the bag.
Right. Things have gotten a bit heated recently.
Yeah, there have been some class action lawsuits, particularly in the U.S. They're challenging Hermes' sales tactics.
The allegation being that you basically have to buy other stuff first.
Exactly. That customers are sort of pushed, maybe coerced into buying ancillary products, scarves, jewelry, homewares, before they're even offered the chance to buy a Birkin.
Which raises questions about tying sales, potentially antitrust issues. It's a tricky area for luxury brands, balancing that exclusivity with fair practice.
Very tricky. And then there's the other side of it, the ethical concerns, particularly around the use of exotic leathers like crocodile and ostrich.
Yeah, that's drawn criticism from animal welfare groups for a long time.
And it's something Jane Birkin herself felt strongly about. She actually at one point threatened to ask Hermes to remove her name from the crocodile version because of those welfare concerns.
That was a big moment. It showed her principles on the matter.
Definitely. Now, Hermes, for their part, they always emphasize their commitment to responsible and sustainable sourcing. And they talk about the durability and repairability, extending the life of the product.
Which brings us back to that earlier point about durability versus consumption.
Exactly. It's complex.
Looking at the bigger picture again, the whole Birkin saga kind of mirrors these larger debates we're having in society, doesn't it? About consumerism, about ethical production, where the line is between aspirational marketing and, well, potentially monopolistic behavior.
It really encapsulates so many modern issues. So you've got the brand talking durability and responsibility, but then you have these lawsuits and these ongoing ethical questions about materials. It certainly adds layers to the whole story.
It does, and it brings up a really crucial question for all of us, I think, as consumers. How do we balance that desire we might have for luxury, for beautiful things, for exclusivity, with this growing awareness about ethical production and sustainability?
That's the key question, isn't it?
It is, and it's a conversation that's only going to get louder, I suspect.
So wrapping things up, what we've really seen today is that the Jane Birkin bag is, well, it's way more than just a handbag. It's become a proper cultural artifact.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
It embodies this really unique mix of, that accidental inspiration, the absolutely unparalleled craftsmanship, and this incredibly captivating story.
From a sketch on a sick bag.
Right, to a multi-million-dollar auction item. Its whole journey kind of reflects how our ideas about luxury, desire, and status have evolved over the years.
And continue to evolve.
Exactly. So the final thought maybe to leave you with is this. What does digging into the story of this single, extraordinary accessory tell you about society's changing relationship with luxury, with status symbols, and maybe even with sustainability?
Something definitely worth mulling over.